I'm the Peanut Butter Ninja, you're the Jam Squad, and this is BFN, this is Gnome Bomb, and you're using the Garden Warfare characters. Garden Warfare. When you hear that name, what do you think? Do you think of Garden Warfare 1? Do you think of Garden Warfare 2? Or do you think of the dream of Garden Warfare 3? I would guess most of you think Garden Warfare 2. And I also would think that most of you would say that Garden Warfare 2 was the best game in the franchise. And you're right, it was. So this game, BFN, was the worst game in the franchise. And that's no doubt. It's the only game that got canceled. So think about that. And it's a shame. It didn't have to be like this. I know some people still have a hope that this game will come back, but it's not going to happen. It's simple mathematics, really. So I'll put it to you like this. Let's say that I have a lot of money and you're making me something. So I say, hey, here's $100. You make me a hat and I'm going to sell the hat, but I want to make a profit. And so you take my $100, you make some hats, you sell them, but you hand me $20. So I give you 100 and you only give me 20. Okay, that's a problem. You're a failed business. I have to get my money and pull out. I can't support you because I'm not going to go broke over you. And so that's EA and PopCap. EA supplies the money, the resources, and PopCap has not given them money back. That makes sense. So they pull the plug, the game is dead, it's not coming back. Because EA is not going to pour money into this game anymore. They're not getting a return. It's all about business. If you're not making money, you're not making sense. And so it's over. Now, Garden Warfare 3. Somebody had the bright idea to go on Twitch and type that game in, and a lot of hopeful people got excited, but that's not real. It's not a real thing. Okay? Somebody, some random person just went on Twitch and typed that in. That's all. So it wasn't PopCap, it wasn't EA, it wasn't somebody working for the company. It was just some person who did it, and that's all it was. So I understand though, you just hope so bad that Garden Warfare 3 is going to be made. And I was hoping that Garden Warfare 3 was going to be made. But there's a 99.9% chance it's never going to happen. If you go on Twitter and if you followed anyone who worked for the company, you would know they're all gone. Not one person that you know is at PopCap anymore. They've all moved on. Now think about that. Why would they do that? Why would everyone leave the company if they had any chance of making a Garden Warfare 3? Now it would be one thing if one person left or two people left, but when every single person leaves, what does that tell you? That tells you it's over. The only people left at that company are mobile game makers. That's it. The individuals who make the mobile games, they are the only people left at PopCap. What does that tell you? That tells you it's over. So I said many times that the only reason EA bought PopCap was for the mobile games. And I said many times that the day could come where PopCap only makes mobile games. And look at this. I think we can all say that the day has come. No more console PC games. We'll only see little mobile games. And there was a little article that people looked at and they thought, well, this means Garden Warfare 3 is going to be made. But the article people were talking about that was an article that was in the mobile game section. And so the article, they were just talking about, don't worry about the mobile game being pulled from a soft launch. Don't worry about that because it's not over. It is coming out, and there will be more PvZ games coming out. Now, this was all in the mobile game section, and they were talking about the mobile game. So, for me, they're just talking about, don't worry, mobile games will still be made with PvZ in mind. Because if there was any chance of making a Garden Warfare 3 or anything like that, it would have been announced in a section for the console games and PC games. It would have been a big deal, a big statement. Like it would have been on Twitter. Somebody would have sent out a tweet. Don't worry, there will be more shooters coming to consoles and PCs. Somebody, somewhere, would have made that statement if it was true, but no one has. So, it's just not going to happen. And plus, who is left to make a game? There's no one at the studio except the people who makes the mobile games. That's it. Everyone who worked on the console games and PC are gone. They've moved on. So, unless PopCap has a bunch of gnomes, little magical gnomes that can make a game, I don't know who they're going to get to make it. And besides that, after the failure of BFN in their mobile game, does anyone have any confidence that PopCap can make a good game again? I sure don't. Garden Warfare 3 should have been made. It should have been a hit. It should have had a lot of people playing it. But they failed and it's over. So, of course, we'll see what happens in the future. But just like 2020, it doesn't look good for PopCap. You know what time it is. It's time to jam out.